Famer player and a one-time champion with the Vegas Nighthawks, Xavier Jackson. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, sir, man. Appreciate you having me on here.
I appreciate you wanting to come on. So, did I get that right? Was Vegas the only championship you won, or did you win some as a player?
Yes. No, sir. I've been as a player, but I never won one as a player. That was my first one as a coach, sir.
You definitely deserved it, man. So,
Appreciate it.
tell me a little bit about the wild ride that was last year for the Vegas Nighthawks.
Where you want me to begin? From the beginning or just anywhere?
Just anywhere you want.
Uh, had a couple opportunities to go other places and be a defensive coordinator.
Mhm.
Um, Vegas was good to me in all aspects, from coaching to players. And, I commend Mike Davis for giving me an opportunity. I decided to go back because we had unfinished business from losing that round one by 2 points in the first round to
Yeah.
Arizona. So I was like, man, in the off season was just sitting back and contemplating and thinking like, what should I do? Should I just run it back and I think we can win it? And, the universe and God told me, yeah, go back. And it worked out for me. There's always ups and downs in every season that you have,
Mhm.
we started off rocky, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yep. So you guys beat Arizona, and then you ended up playing Bay Area in the playoffs, first round. How was that?
That was a wild ride. You know, through game planning and things like that, Bay Area is always going to be a good team, no matter if they're in the league or in a different league. They're going to be a good team because they got
Mhm.
good coaches, good players, good ownership. I feel like, with the way that we were coming together as a team late in the season, we just had that feeling. I had that feeling as a coach, like, man, we're going to run this table. Playing them in their house, that crowd is always hectic. Like
Mhm.
I said, great coaches, from offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, ownership group. We just felt like, man, it's our time. And, getting through them was like the number one hurdle in the whole realm of all of this.
And then you guys played San Diego, and you had to score 74 points. Was it?
Yeah, something like that. We gave up some good scores, but like I said, that's a good group of guys, well coached with Nate Davis and things like that, and him throwing the ball all over the yard. Uh, Especially in the playoff time,
Yeah.
he backed up he showed his veteranality in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to
Mhm.
get to where we got to in the championship.
And then you guys pulled it off, and then the championship game in Tucson, that was another doozy. What was the score? 68?
60. We lost by what, 1 point, 2 points, something like that.
No, you guys won.
Uh, we won by 1 point, two
Yeah.
points, something like that. Um, it was a back and forth battle. Like I said, the
Mhm.
playoffs is always the playoffs for a reason. They brought in, came in with number one offense in the league, offensive coach of the year, assistant coach of the year, things like that. They
Mhm.
had a great game plan. We had a great game plan, and that's why it was hard for us to get stops, and it was hard for them to get stops. We got to
Definitely.
stop when it mattered, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it's
Yes, you
not how you
did.
start; it's how you finish. And we finished
Hmm.
better than they did.
And
Thank
there was
goodness that the universe gave it to us.
there was only one stop in the game, and it was the last play.
Like I said, you only need one. So,
Yep.
we got the one when it was needed. And by the graces of the universe, they blessed us with the championship.
So tell me a little bit about your playing career. You actually played for Mike Davis in Nebraska, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Um, I played for, when I went to Nebraska, Curtis Chin was actually the head
Curtis
coach in
Chin.
Nebraska.
Mm,
Mike was the general manager, and Chin
gotcha.
was the head coach. Um, Played 2 years there, 2.5, and then I started coaching right after when Coach Stout got let go. Um,
Mhm.
Pig Brown took over. Him and Coach Shackelford took over in Grand Island, Nebraska, and they asked me to step in as the defensive line coach. And I was like, okay, you know, let's give the young guys the opportunity. And
Yep.
then from there, it's just I've been coaching ever since. Got my opportunity there with them the next
Mhm.
season.
You had a legendary career as a player, 77 sacks. Where does that rank all time?
You, you short. Don't short me.
No, my bad.
81 and a half.
81 and a half. My bad.
Yeah, don't short me. If you're gonna give it to me, give me all mine.
All right.
Not to be, what I'm saying, trying to be big headed or nothing. That came from a lot of factors. I had a good defensive line coach at the University of Missouri, Craig Kulagowski, that taught me the game,
Hmm.
how to pass rush and things like that. And I played college ball with some good guys that played in the NFL, with a Tia Ellison and things like that. So CJ Mosley, a guy named Striker Shulak and things like that, played with those guys, and we all bounced ideas off of them, off each other. And then when I got an opportunity to play in the IFL, my head coach now, Calmore Brown, was my coach when I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin, playing, and him and his brother, Gilbert Brown, taught me some more things, and they took some things away from me, gave me some things playing wise, like, hey, you're not gonna be able to do this, to make me the player that I was over the
Hmm.
course of my career. And I think those three guys are the big guys that helped me out, um, molding my career, not just in the IFL as a man, to be able to be on this call with you as a defensive coordinator now for the Chupacabras.
Yes, definitely. So, was it a no-brainer to go to the Chupacabras?
Not necessarily a no brainer. You gotta weigh your options in everything in life you do, whether it's not
Mhm.
coaching this year, going to the Chupacabras, other programs, going back to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, and running it back again. There's
Yeah.
always options. And like I said, you gotta just pray about it and ask the universe, like, help me help myself make the right decision for myself. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it was the right decision for, I think, me to take my talents and go to the Chupacabras and help that upcoming program move in the right direction.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Chupacabras play, and you have basically a defensive players that you want already.
Yes and no. I mean, I want to bring exciting football to Albuquerque, whether
Hmm.
it's veteran players, young players, uh, in between players. I just want to put together a good roster where we can have fun. And once we have fun, the wins will come eventually.
Definitely, man. So, they're going to be in the loaded West, Vegas, Arizona, San Diego. There's no cakewalk in the West, and the East is stacked too.
Yeah,
What
the
do you?
West is stacked, the East is stacked as well, from great coaches to great players.
Hmm.
Um, and the West is where I would like to be, to showcase my talents, as a defensive coordinator, to, you know, game plan against some of the best offensive coordinators, offensive minds in the IFL game. Hopefully I can go to the West. We can get some some East games, sorry, and play against some of those. But to to compete against the Hurtis Chin, to compete against the Kevin Guy in the West, to compete against coach down in San Diego, Coach Gissinger
Janicer,
and Jennifer down there and down there, and coaching here. What's his name that just got hired here in Tucson?
Ray
Like
Sean
those,
Kaiser.
yeah, Coach Kaiser. Like playing against those coaches, man, just gonna up my game because those are
Mhm.
championship coaches. And yes, I am a champion. Yet that's going to be in the past, and I'm just going to move forward to do my best for my organization to push them forward.
Yes, you won your first championship, but you were a champion before last year because you're a quality guy and you're teaching these young players how to play football like you.
I greatly appreciate those words. I wouldn't say trying to coach them like me. I'm trying to make them better than me. You know, it's
Right.
not
Yeah.
about what I did as a player. There's only one of me, and
Hmm.
each individual player brings their own attributes. I just try to put a tool in their toolbox to help them be better at what they already are doing. You know, they came to us in Vegas. I'll say that with tools, yet I wanted to add a screwdriver. I wanted to add a monkey wrench, you know what I'm saying, to their
Yeah.
game so that when they go to another team, hey man, or they go to Canada or they go to the USFL, they have those tools in their toolbox that they can use at their own disposal.
Hmm. Awesome. I can't remember. I mean, I can't believe that I was sitting next to you, Vegas in Northern Arizona, and I've been friends with you for 11 years, and I totally
Yes.
forgot your name. And I asked to see your IFL Hall of Fame ring, and then you're like, "I'm Xavier Jackson," and I'm like, "Duh." I totally forgot.
You know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? You were
Yes.
in the moment. I
Yeah.
was in the moment coaching. You know,
Uh
things
huh.
happen and they get missed in translation. It's all good. We're past that now. You
Yeah.
know, here we are on the podcast having a great laugh about it. And that's
Yep.
what life is about.
So what do you say about the relationships that you've met with friends from fans from the IFL and stuff?
I've always had a positive experience in the IFL. Um, I've been in the IFL for going on, this will be my 19th year in the IFL.
Jeez.
I played for 11. I coached for eighth. I'm going into my ninth year coaching in the IFL. The
Mhm.
IFL has been a blessing to me, from meeting new players, new coaches, getting to travel, meeting good fans like yourself,
Thank
and
you.
just, you know, building a relationship outside of football. Because if I didn't
Yep.
build that relationship with you and Nas, I wouldn't be on this podcast with you right now. So that's what life is about: is building those bridges in
Mhm.
life to propel you to be a better man at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. So where are you at right now? Are you still in Vegas or have you already moved to New Mexico?
No, I'm in Tucson. I live in Tucson.
You
I
live in
work out
Tucson.
here. Yeah, I work out here in the off season and things like that. You know, have a job and just relax, get my mind right for
Mhm.
next year.
Yep. So you obviously hope you play this Tucson Sugar Skulls probably twice, the Rattlers twice, Vegas,
Hmm.
and then what Eastern Conference teams would you like to play?
Whatever teams that my ownership put on the schedule, it don't
Mhm.
really matter to me. I just want a good competitive game, not just for the city of Albuquerque, yet for the IFL league. I mean, I just want to be blessed enough to go, like I said, put my talents as a coach against their talents as a coach, no matter what team it is in the East.
Awesome. So Kyle Moore Brown is the head coach, and then you're the defensive coach. Who's going to be the offensive coordinator? Or
I can't say that right now. You have
can't
to
say
talk
that.
to Calmore. Calmore Brown is the only one that can tell you that. Him and the ownership.
Gotcha.
That's above my pay grade. So that's something you have to discuss with them, and they can give that information when they want to
Yeah,
give it.
gotcha. So the arena that you guys are playing in, what's the name of the arena again?
Oh, we're actually moving, I think, to the Tinsley, the old school one where the Duke
Tinsley.
City Gladiators, yeah, where the Duke City Gladiators started off at.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we'll be there for our home games and things like that. We're still working on some of those things that we're going to be doing at that arena. So don't quote me on nothing where it's like,
I'm
oh,
not.
we're going to have this, we're going to have that. That's in the works. Let the GM and the head coach tell you that. And they'll let you know when it's time to let you know that.
So you've never really started from a franchise from the ground up like you are in New Mexico, huh?
No, I have not, sir. Well, I lied. When I played Cedar Rapids is when I moved to Cedar Rapids from La Crosse, Wisconsin, we did have to build that team from the ground up.
Hmm.
So I was a part of that when we moved from La Crosse, Wisconsin in the IFL. Um, it's a tough experience. It is. We did win 7 games that first season. So I mean anything can happen. Player Talmore Brown was the head coach then,
Hmm.
and here he is, the head coach now. And if it's 7 games back then, and that was what, 2012, 2011. I mean, the talent just got better from back then to now, and he's
Yep.
going to put a good team together. We're, as a coaching staff, is going to put a great product on the field for the IFL to watch.
Well, anytime you guys are playing in the Valley or Arizona, I will be there cheering you guys on. Except for when you guys play the Rattlers, I'm not gonna be able to cheer for you guys then, but it'll still be a good game and I'll still be cool with you guys.
Oh no, no, I greatly appreciate that, man. And we understand that you have your home fan, with the Rattlers and things like that. But we greatly appreciate you rooting us on when we're not playing the Rattlers. Every
Yep.
fan is a blessing, no matter what walk of life they come from, whether from another team or our team. We gonna love them the same way.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing my first hype video for the Chupacabras. The
We
first
looking
ever
forward to it
opponent.
too.
I'm wondering who the first ever opponent, if it would be Arizona. That would be a great first opponent, but
Like I
that's
said, yeah, that's all in the works right
yeah.
now. Ownership and the GM and Coach Brown, they're handling that. I'm just a measly defensive coordinator that's, putting a smile on. And like I said, whoever's on the roster, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna compete every week.
Hmm. Definitely, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I will let you go back to your duties. And you have a great night, sir.
Man, I greatly appreciate you having me, sir, man. And it was a blessing to be on here. And I want to thank you and commend you for reaching out and things like that. You're doing
No
something big
problem.
for the IFL, not just
Hmm.
yourself. You're doing it big for the IFL, putting the IFL out there in a
Thank
bigger
you.
stage.
Thank you. And see that right there?
I see you got your shirt on. I see it. I like that. I like
Uh
that. Just
huh.
wear that more often when you're around the Rattlers. Just be okay.
All right. All
No,
right.
just playing.
Nah,
So, man, I thank you, sir, and I greatly appreciate you.
no problem. We'll be talking soon.
Definitely, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Well,
Bye.
have a blessing. Bye.
You too.